Hello everybody, welcome back. We are on the play again, and that's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and keep this. 4 lands, not very good, but there's a library and it should be interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and fetch right now and get basic forest. Granted, I don't have any other play, but there's a chance he could be running Stifle, in which case I'd rather already have a land out there. Um, this one would definitely be going for scrubland. There's an argument for going to get Savannah and Scrubland off of these and going from there. Alright, so he got Basic Forest as well. So he's either on the same thought process or we're both just crazy. Either way works. Having drawn Bob, I'm still going to get the Scrubland and play Bob instead. This will allow me to actually draw a card, and then I can either choose to play a guy or play that and do more stuff from there. Green red, I'm assuming aggro kill. I have no clue. Somebody help. Yep. So kill bean combo of some kind. I'm gonna play another body and just get this down here now. We'll hold off because if I can kill that, I can kill it. Make him have to have things. The unfortunate thing is that Berserk gives trample, so yeah. Berserk gives him +8, or makes him an 8/2. Double Berserk makes him even better. Because if he Berserks, it's a 7, so 14, 28. There's a gutter snipe. Okay, so we got somebody testing some weird deck. And that's the only way I can put it kindly, is weird deck. Um, so Pulse Thoughtseize, and we will always do this, and I'd like to do it every single time. Let's see. Honestly, I don't want the Thoughtseize. I do want the Pulse, and I'm not going to pay any life for either of those. I need to kill that just in case of the Berserk scenario, so let's just get that process out of the way. I'm going to play the Bog after it's in the yard. And we'll take out his yard because I have knights. And I'm still not attacking. While I wouldn't mind trading this off, I don't want to have to. We can get rid of my reveals. I like that people are testing out new ideas. I don't necessarily agree with some of them, but there's a new set, so everybody needs to be trying things out. You never know what could happen. I mean, Termagoyf sat as a $5 rare for a while. That should be going at Bob. Oh, it's going at me. So, let's see. 4 spells kills me, which is his hand. We need to kill that thing soon. If he had that, he should have just... Yeah, whatever. If you attack, I'm blocking. Weird situations. Nice guy, Bob? Nice guy, Bob. Oh, wait, I didn't shuffle. I knew that was there. Alright, so put both of those back. I don't want to pay any life for either of those. I'm going to play this for black. And like, there's an argument that could be made for me playing the whatchamacallit, but I think I'm just gonna go get Jit. Jit should get me up high enough that I should be able to survive most of this. Um, it does randomize my entire deck, so I don't know what's going on. And We're going to do that. Now I will start sending Bob. That's a trade I don't mind making. Again, if you've ever played Chandelar, you know you're supposed to do this stuff post-combat. Okay. I haven't seen that in a while. Last time I saw that, it beat me, though. Playing against Enchantress when Iona was a big thing, it was there. Oh my god. Why didn't I play you? Okay. Um, I hadn't realized that Enchantress was running Blood Moons and didn't really care to. So we're sitting there playing, and we're just kind of doing stuff. And I've got a bunch of non-basics in play, and I play a knight. And he looks at me and he goes, huh, I have no idea what's going on. Like, how could this knight be anywhere near imposing? Like, it's just a stupid knight. Let's just get on with the game. You're Enchantress. You don't care about my knight unless I bog you. And he untaps. He looks at me. He says, I'm not sure I can beat that. And I'm like, sweet. I'm going to win this. I'm just going to crush him then. No problem. I like this situation. I'm in a good shape. And then he goes, lignify your knight, Blood Moon. And I look at him, and all I can think is, you said you didn't know if you could beat this. There's no possible way that you can't just beat me right now. I have one basic, and it's a swamp. I have a 0/4 wall in a deck that needs many, 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 many colors. I'm going to get the Batterskull here. Reason I'm getting the Batterskull is I already have 2 removal spells, so Jit's removal is irrelevant, and I'd rather just have something that can attack through his entire team so far. But yeah, that's the story of Lignify beating me. Wasn't exactly thrilled by it, but I mean, we do what we do, and we have to deal with the situations we create. I had an earlier night that I could have turned all my lands into basics with, and never did that. Just went to try and start swinging on him. Wow. I haven't seen some of these cards in a long, long time, and they're ruining me. Alright, so how are we going to do this then? White Bear would have been cool with the Batterskull, but on its own, not as impressive. He still has to find a way to win, which I will be playing the basics game, which I screwed up already. So this is going to have to turn into a swamp. Now what am I going to call this deck? I'm just going to call this one Rogue. Not going to actually try and figure out what its real name is if it's got one. That's cute. If you're wondering why I didn't sword there, the plan was let him swing and then go for the swords. But now this forces him, if he's got like a Vines of Vastwood, he's going to have to use it like earlier so I can actually intro with this. Even though this was the greatest land I could have drawn, it wasn't the land I was hoping for. Really? Fine. This does not work very well. I can deal with that. I'm more than happy to. I don't know any other way to put that. Battlefield, battle cruisers. So yeah, let's have a conversation here. There's a lot of like blue, green, black because of this card. Um, it's good removal for this format, and that's just simply because like it kills this, it kills this, it kills this, it kills that. Um, irony. It kills majority of the things in this format. It's because everything in this format is really based about being as efficient as possible, and lower costs are considered more efficient. I mean, yeah, you have things like show and tell, which put in gigantic monsters, but they don't. They're putting in something that costs a lot more for a lot less. So essentially, with that card, they are being more efficient. Um, you don't see people hard casting like a chroma anymore. That's old legacy. And my opponent lost connection. What you see nowadays is I'm gonna pause this and see if he comes back. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, we'll move. All right, so he did come back. Um, it was quite shortly after. So as far as efficiency goes, like you have all these different things. I'm just gonna kill this now because there's no way that he can do something profitably with it. You've got all these things that are pretty much yay an attacker. Um, sorry. All these things that are coming into play quickly, they're coming into play cheaply, and Abrupt Decay, because they are coming in like that, deals with them. One of the concepts that a lot of us have been having is removing Pride Mage, and really, that's gotta die too. That one I'm not even gonna bother waiting for. Like, I saw the price and I have these, because I wasn't smart. If you want to know why I wasn't smart, I started thinking about Liliana. Um, so, yeah, back to Decay. So, because that spell is so efficient at getting rid of almost everything in the format. I mean, it kills Deed, for Christ's sake. Granted, Deed will just blow for 0, but, I mean, unless they have their own. Wait, huh? Yeah, whatever. So, you've got that paired alongside Liliana. You see how confused I'm getting over here? Because you got that paired with Liliana, you have a situation now where pretty much everything that you're doing is killing things, and you're getting the ability to play with cards like Delver, which Delver is very good with Abrupt Decay because Abrupt Decay flips Delver. Not as good with, we're getting close there, I don't like that. Delver's not as good with some of the other cards, such as the Lilianas, but I mean, if you would have flipped a Liliana, you'll be just as happy because you're probably going to be winning the game anyway. Waiting for the flame section to begin. Oh my god, Liliana is not a winning planeswalker. You're right, she can't win the game on her own. How many of you have survived Liliana actually ultimating by somebody who knows what they're doing? And that's the big thing. I think he is seriously going to try and do something over there. Well, we know he's trying to do something. I'm not, and yeah, both of them are in the graveyard. Um, sorry, I'm just kind of enraging myself over here watching myself do this. So you've got good removal, or you've got, yeah, good removal, a good planeswalker, and you've got a situation where you have the ability to now play blue because you've got a good creature that can pair with other good creatures. And to be fair, I think Goyf is good, but I also think Goyf is a stair contest champion. So, yeah, this is happening. And by stair contest champion, I mean if you sit two Goyf across from each other, they just sit there and stare. And it is the most hardcore stare you will ever find in your life. Um, I'm going to get this, and next turn I'll go for the knight. So, I mean, the question really becomes, what do you do? Like, do you offer to go for this deck that's playing what people consider the most efficient creature in Magic? Yeah, that's going to die. play counterspells, which people consider to be the best disruption in Magic. And I'm not gonna lie, there's situations where counters are great, and everybody likes to have a counter when it's great. But there are also situations where they're just absolutely terrible. I mean, when you're playing against a deck that's running counters themselves, it's a miserable feeling. Like, okay, they're gonna combo off and they're gonna have counters of their own. I hope I have more counters than them. Whereas with like discard, you're like, well, I hope he doesn't have the counter, because if he does, I'm just gonna take something. Or if he doesn't, I'm just gonna take something and he's gonna have to deal with it. And I'm gonna win the game that way. So I don't know. So we're taking 6 still from price progress. No. Is that 5 of them? 1, 2. Okay, that's just 3. I was gonna say moto glitch much, but the good thing about it with yay with what everybody has currently with the excuse me, um with the counter and discard argument is that with bug you have the ability to actually play both. So you actually run into an interesting situation where you can do other things outside of just kind of durdle around. Did I miscount this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I did. My bad. Um. Oh well, doesn't matter too much. So you can play both of them. So if your opponent is playing like a combo deck with counter spells like Show and Tell, which is really good against the blue decks, then you have a situation where you basically created a loophole. And the biggest problem that like Bug has had is that its creatures were pretty much, excuse me, terrible. I mean, Goose is fine, but when you're playing Goose alongside things like Tombstalker, suddenly Goose looks really silly. Or else your Tombstalker does, because, I mean, your Goose is there. Um, and the Goose is loose. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. I figure I've got 2 basics, a land, a first turn Thalia, which will make his life miserable. And I can play Liliana and start ticking her up shortly after playing her. So you're in a situation where like you have the ability to do things. You can even do the stifle route if you really, really want to. I personally don't. I like stifle. I don't think that it's something that should be getting as much as it is. Uh, and by that I mean I think it shouldn't be as much of a focal point for people. Like I literally see people who are like, Stifle's amazing. It's the best card ever. I mean, it is honestly the cult of the iPhone all over again. Like that argument between Mac and PC where it's like, oh well, I've got my iPhone and it's absolutely amazing. And you're just like, yeah, well, your iPhone is fine for what you want it for. Like it may not be what good for what I would want, and that's important to me. And to be honest with you, as far as that argument goes, I'm a PC guy. I like having control of my system, and that's why I'm a PC guy. It's not to say that you have no control over your Mac system. You can do some things, but you don't have control over it like I have control over mine. I can go through and I can fix any problem I'm having with my system by myself. That's cute. And that's why I like PCs. That's why I like Android. Like all of the things that everybody's having these huge arguments over that are pointless. My simple basis is that I just like having the ability to, if there's a problem, go in and fix it. Learn how to fix it. I don't like being locked out of things. My Android phone is not rooted though, ironic. But I found loopholes into getting in there, which is why I didn't root it. I want to be able to take advantage of those loopholes. I don't need something else doing it. But, yeah. There's the grudge. I wonder if he thought about grudging my box. Ooh. So he's getting full value out of that grudge, by the way, on the best things that he could get. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, let me F3 this. Oh, and now I've done that and forgot to attack. Whatever. 1 damage. Thought I had 4 to F6. Um, so there's PC Mac. And you've got these people that are basically defending, like, they're defending their stifles like that. And people defend their counters like that. And their discard like that. And I mean, for a while, people defended Goyf like that, where it was like, if you're not playing Goyf, you should just die. Yeah, I'll take 2. That's fine. Well, Lily will take 2. And I think that it's right and it's wrong all at the same time. I mean, do you really care enough? No, that was a serious question. That's why I gave you time to think about it. Like, it's not important enough that something like that should be making a major influence on anything for you. Great, that's a forest. Yep. So, I mean, so be it. Right now, Rug is the big deck to, or was the big deck to go to. Miracles kind of took over that slot. And Miracles, like Rug had a matchup that was interesting versus Maverick, where it was simply based off of, can you deal with the amount of creatures that they're sending at you? And if the answer was yes, then the Rug deck won. I mean, it needed to kill Mom. It needed to not have another night, not have a gigantic knight. I shouldn't have played that one. Just discarded it. It needed to have a smaller knight go across them, not have the Maze of Ith, or an answer for a Delver. That was the honest recipe. I mean, if you could deal with the up, if you could, see, now I still take 1 from it. I can get the forest like I said I was going to. So I guess I should have played it. Whatever. So what? Give me something good. Oh, don't even remember where I was. That ley line threw me off, and then price and blah 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 blah. All right, so the Rug matchup. Um, so you had Rug and Maverick, and then Miracles came in and kind of overstepped its bounds and beat up on both of them, which is fine. I mean, it's exactly what the deck was designed to do. Both of those decks, Rug and Maverick, had very singular and similar lines of play, which was basically beat you to death. Like Rug had a I'll beat you for a little bit and then I'll burn you to death plan as well, which is, I guess that's a second way of putting it. And burn is typically not looked at as a secondary plan. It's just kind of looked at as a situation. But so much burn has gone into her. I wonder if he could have killed me already if you put that at my face. Um, but it's not really something that, like, they can't apply enough pressure fast enough to cause enough damage to the other player. Yeah, we're doing this. So, like, you're in a situation where, you're doing it, you're getting everything done, and then all of a sudden you find out, hey, look, the only creature that you really have that's any good against them is Goose, because they have 6 1-drop removal spells for anything, because Path is a real card, and Terminus is a real card, so I mean, you're stuck dealing with that as well. So, like, you can't count on anything actually staying on the board, and then you have to spend your burn at their face while they're attacking you with random weird things. We're gonna F7. Okay, so we shouldn't have to deal with that again. Decay Horizon. I'm just gonna draw a card, and then I'll play my gigantic Goyf and my Squire. Yeah, we might as well. Okay, we're good. So, oh yeah, Miracles. So Miracles kind of outclassed the other two, which were the big decks. And Show and Tell decks were, I mean, when Omniscience came out, I didn't actually consider it a thing. Like the big thing about Omniscience was that most of us kind of looked at it and were like, "There's no way this is actually going to be a real thing." So we ended up with situations where it was like people were like, "Oh well, Dream Halls is better," and in reality, like yes, if you're just flat out casting Dream Halls, it's better. Um, I'm gonna end here and I'm gonna start up another video in just a second and just talk to you guys, and we'll just watch people play.